Hello, this is a little video for Emma, but anyone can use it. Just use a foam roller and it's going to be fairly shoulder focused. Be sort of around 20 minutes, maybe a bit longer. Okay, so grab your roller, come and stand feet together, step toes apart, bring heels in line. Just have a little roll of the ankles in and out a few times. And then just bring those feet to a nice middle position. So you've got a little lift under the inside of each arch on each foot. And then pick up the toes, spread them apart, keep them spread as they relax back to the mat. And just soften through the knees. Find your neutral position through lower back and pelvis. So just a little lift or feeling of lift through the tummy. Collarbones wide, head floating up towards the ceiling. And as the head floats up, just think about grounding down through your feet, so you really feel that lengthening up through the spine. Okay, so if you just imagine you had some headlights shining out of the front of your chest, we'd like our headlights to stay nice and level initially. Just find a little squeeze into the ends of the roller. So I've just got my hands sort of just holding on my fingers. And as you just gently squeeze into the ends of the roller, just find a bit more width across those shoulders. So keeping our headlights nice and level, we are just going to breathe in and float the roller up and breathe out and come back down again. So headlights stay level, just check that they are not dazzling up as the roller comes up. So headlights are staying level as the roller comes up and then gently back down. And just keeping that little press into the ends of the roller, not a lot of effort, just a little bit, so you can feel that widening across the collarbones and across the back of the shoulders. Just check head stays floating up all of the time. You've got equal weight into each heel and the base of each big toe and little toe on each foot. And that weight stays pretty much the same as you float that roller up and gently back down. Okay, so we're going to change it slightly now, so as others can see. And thinking about our headlights, but keeping our pelvis nice and neutral, we're going to let those headlights shine up as the roller comes up, and then headlights can come down as the roller comes down. So just getting a little bit of extension through the upper back, but keeping lower back and pelvis in neutral. So really thinking as that roller floats up, headlights dazzle upwards, but keep the lift through the tummy so pelvis stays neutral. Big breath in to float up and a breath out to come back down. Go one more like that. And then we are going to keep the headlights level again. We're going to float the roller up, and we're going to see if we can take a little bit higher, so shoulders come up to ears, and then sink those shoulders down. Breathing in to float up, breathing out to sink down. Well done, 2 more. Last one. And let that roller come down. Okay, so we're going to take the roller up and come into some side bends now. So keep it small to start with, knees stay soft. Breathing in to float the roller up. Think about your head staying in line with the centre of that roller. So just a little side bend one way, and then a little side bend the other way. Okay, and then let that roller come back down again. Same again, floating up. Let those shoulders sink down, keep the head in line with the centre of the roller, little side bend one way, side bend the other. Good. Same again, floating up, let those shoulders sink down, side bend to one side, keeping the head in line with the centre of the roller, side bend to the other. And let that roller come down. So this time we're going to float the roller up. We're going to come into our little side bend, and then we're going to keep that roller coming down and around. Let it come around in front of you and switch the hands over and come up the other side. And go back the way we came. So side bend first. Let the roller switch positions in front of you and come back up in the middle. Well done. Let's go one more in each direction. Nice, easy, fluid movement. Just getting movement through those shoulders, through the upper back, and through all of the back really. And then coming up to middle, and then that roller come down. Okay, so we're going to pop our roller just out in front of us now. Oh, stay there. We're going to do some roll downs with a bit of a variation. So if you start with your fingers just resting on your roller, feet hip width apart, again feet grounding down, really growing tall and lengthening up through the body. Have a breath in, and then as you breathe out, we're just going to let chin gently come towards chest and start to peel yourself forward as you would in a normal roll down. And you can start to let that roller come away from you a little, keep rounding down. Once you feel you can't round down any further, start to push that roller away and lengthen out through your back. Pause there, have a breath in, and as you breathe out, really tuck the tailbone, lift through the tummy and round yourself back, and then growing tall all the way up. So just have a little play. I think my roller slightly too close to me. So breathing out, rolling down, letting that roller roll away from you, but keep rounding. Then lengthen out. So you really stick your seat bones out behind you, lengthen out through the back, keep the lift through the tummy, keep the weight forward into the toes. Have a breath in and then breathe out, really tuck the tailbone, lift through the tummy, peel yourself back up again. Couple more. So breathing out, chin towards chest, peeling forwards, find that rounded position, then lengthening out, a little bit of a stretch through those shoulders. Don't let the chest sink too far, just think about a nice straight line from those seat bones to your fingertips. And then breathe out, tuck the tailbone, round through the back, and peel back up. We'll go one more. Lengthening, pause for the breath in, breathe out, tuck the tailbone, lift through the tummy and peel back up again. Lovely. So we're going to do one last roll down without the roller to come down onto the mat. So breathing out, just peeling yourself forward, all the way down, letting fingers find the mat, and then walk the hands forward and come down onto the floor, and we shall work into. So working into cat, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Just check your feet are relaxing straight back behind you. And just check you've got equal weight into each hand and into each knee. Shoulders stay nice and wide, keeping the shoulders gently drawing away from the ears all of the time. We're going to breathe out, tuck the tailbone, round the back up towards the sky, and then just lengthen back to neutral. So breathing out, tucking the tailbone, bringing the base of the sternum and the tailbone closer together, and then breathing in to lengthen back to a nice long flat back. Breathing out to round up, really empty out all the air, feel those tummy muscles working. Breathing in to lengthen back to neutral. Let's go for two more. Really think about the tailbone and the base of the sternum coming towards each other as you round up. And then lengthening back out to neutral. Last one. Okay, so we're going to use our roller to do a little bit of thread needle. So have the roller to one side of you. Take the opposite hand underneath the other arm and then just breathe out, roll the roller away and allow that ear and shoulder to come towards the mat, and then just gently push yourself back to centre. So getting a bit of a stretch through the arm, shoulder and through the back with that roller, and then your supporting arm is working hard to control you down towards the mat and then push you back up again. So this arm is bending as the roller rolls away and then straightening as we come back. Let's go one more. And come back to centre. And then bring that roller over onto the other side. And we'll do the same this way. So opposite hand underneath, back of the hand on the roller. Breathing out, roll the roller away, let the shoulder come towards the mat, and breathe in to push up again. You're letting this supporting arm bend, and then straightening back up. So just look after your neck, you think about the length through the back of the neck, just letting your ear come down to the mat as the shoulders. It doesn't matter if, say, you only get to here, but just make sure that as you're rolling that roller to one side, you're staying really central, so getting a big rotation as opposed to trying to follow the roller. Okay, so let's just go 2 more this way. Last one. And then come back to middle. We're going to come all the way down onto our front. So we're going to have probably a little head cushion for your forehead and hands just resting up on this roller. So if this isn't comfortable for your shoulders, you could just have your hands on the floor. If you've got like a couple of laminated sheets of paper to slide back and forth, that works quite well, or just slide them on the ground. The roller's quite nice, it just gives a little bit more stretch through the shoulders, but if it's not comfortable, then don't persevere. So either way, arms nice and straight, either hands on the floor or hands resting on the roller. Think about reaching those toes out for the wall behind you. Find a little lift through the lower tummy and a reach of the tailbone for the heels. And then we are just going to breathe in and roll the roller away so the shoulders come up towards the ears. Breathe out and slide those shoulder blades down towards the back pockets, keeping the arms straight so the roller comes back towards you. So breathing in, roller rolls away. Really feel those shoulder blades sliding up the back of the rib cage. Breathe out and slide those shoulder blades down towards the opposite back pockets to bring the roller back again. So if you imagine your rib cage is covered in olive oil, it's super slidey and slippery, and those shoulder blades are just so easily sliding up the back of the rib cage and then sliding back down again. You can keep your chest nice and heavy into the mat. Neck stays relaxed. Just really tuning in to those shoulder blades, sliding down towards the back pockets and then up towards the ears. Breathing in to roll away, breathing out to draw those shoulder blades down. Just make it easy. If it's a little bit sticky, make the movement smaller. Think more about nice deep breaths. Really filling the body with air as you breathe in, and just relaxing and softening as you breathe out. Well done, just go for one more and then slide those shoulder blades back. Bring the hands next to the sides of the rib cage, push yourself up onto your knees and just drop back into a nice shell stretch. You might want to just come into child's pose so you've got your arms by your sides, that might be more comfortable. Just let those shoulders really relax. Let the shoulders sink forwards so you can feel there's a big space in between the back of the shoulder blades. Just take some nice deep breaths, really fill the back of the body with air. Feel the back of the rib cage expanding as you breathe in and then softening as you breathe out. You could either stay here, or if you're happy, bring those hands out in front of you, and then walk the hands across to one side. Keep the shoulders gently drawing away from the ears and find that stretch through the long side of the body. And just breathe into that long side of the rib cage. Big deep breath in, feeling those ribs expand and open up on that side. Breathing out, emptying out all the air, really relax. And then walk those hands across to the other side. Find the stretch through the long side again. Breathe into that. Nice deep breath in, feeling those ribs expand. Opening up through that side of the body. Breathing out and just emptying out all that air. And then we'll bring those hands back to the middle, walk them back up towards you, and we will come and lie along the length of the roller now. So grab your little head cushion so you've got a bit of support for head and neck. And then just come and sit on the end of your roller. Before you lie yourself down, check your roller is central to the middle of your feet, so they're nice and square on with the end of the roller. And then gently lie yourself back, grab your head cushion so you're comfy. Okay, so just let those arms relax by your sides. And take some deep breaths, just giving your body a chance to get used to the roller. Check that you feel that roller right along the centre of your body. It really feels central underneath the back, all the way from the tip of the tailbone all the way up to the top of your head. If you feel a little bit sort of wonky on it, you can always just shorten up through one side of the body, so you draw one hip up towards you, and then shorten up through the other side of the body, so you draw the other hip up towards you, and you'll feel your pelvis turning on that roller, kind of bananaing your body in one direction and then in the other, and then just settle back to the middle and really check again now that you can feel that roller all the way along the centre of your back, that you've got equal length down through both sides of your waist. You also have a little pier down your front, and if you put your fingers onto those bony hip points at the front of the pelvis, your fingers should be an equal distance away from you. If one is closer than the other, you need to have a little wriggle around and see if you can find that equal distance. Another telltale sign is your knees, so checking their level and also an equal distance away from you too. Okay, so when you're ready, just breathing out, rolling the pelvis towards you a little, breathing in and allowing the pelvis to roll away from you. So as you breathe in and roll the pelvis away, really filling the body up with air. And as you breathe out and roll the pelvis towards you, really emptying out all that air and softening down into the roller. And then just settle into a nice neutral position, so you can always make the diamond with your hands. Just check thumbs and fingers are level, and just check the back of your rib cage is nice and heavy into the roller. Okay, so you've just got a very, very small, teeny little bit of air between the middle of your lower back and that roller. It's only ever so small. It's very easy for your back to arch away in this position, so just a teeny little pocket of air there. Okay, so we're going to concentrate mostly on arms today. So just check those shoulder blades gently drawing towards the back pockets. Nice length through the back of the neck. And then we're going to float those hands up towards the ceiling. Shoulder width apart, palms facing. We're going to breathe in to float the hands up and breathe out to just let those shoulders sink down around the roller. So just letting the shoulders sink. You may well feel the inside border of your shoulder blade coming down and gently against the roller. Just check how that feels on each side, whether it feels the same, whether one shoulder blade contacts the roller before the other. Really thinking about equal movement through each side. Stay nice and relaxed through the neck. So if you feel your neck is doing too much, make the movement a little bit smaller. Keep thinking about those arms staying shoulder width apart, just breathing in to float up and breathing out to sink down. And just check as those shoulders sink down that they aren't also pinging up towards your ears. Keep that feeling. The shoulder blades gently drawing down towards the back pockets. As those shoulders sink down, you're just widening across the collarbones, widening across the back of the shoulders. Pause after the next one. I'm just going to go one arm at a time. So one arm stays still, the other floats up and sinks down. And then the same on the other side. So a teeny bit of rotational challenge now. Might just need to focus in on those deeper tummy muscles on each out breath. Just gently drawing little bony hip points towards each other, just to help you keep still and stable on the roller. Go one more each side. And then pause, and we're going to arm scissors. So we're going to take one hand towards the wall behind you, other down towards the floor, and then switching over. So just moving nice and slowly, really focusing on what you can feel through each shoulder, through each shoulder blade, the back of the body on each side. Have a nice deep breath in as those arms cross over in the middle, and then breathing out to let them reach away. So if you've got any clunkiness through those shoulders, just make the movement a little bit smaller maybe. Check you're really wide across those collarbones all the way through the movement. Thinking about if someone had a little hook on the outside of each of your shoulders, they're pulling those shoulders out and away from you. So really widening out. I'll go one more each way. And then come back up towards the ceiling. And we're going for some arm openings now. So imagine you're hugging a lovely big tree. And you're really going to think about your shoulder leading that arm out to the side and then gently drawing that arm back in again. And this time we'll breathe in to allow that arm to open, and we'll breathe out to draw it back to centre. So again, really thinking about the shoulder and the shoulder blade leading that arm out. And then the hand draws the arm back in again. Just check knees are staying nice and still. Check you're still level, still square. Well done. And go one more each way. And then just let those arms come down for a minute, gives them a little breather. Just allow chest to really open, but actually take the arms a little bit wider. Really think about opening up through the front of the shoulders there, just give them a little breather there. Take some nice deep breaths, really feel that rib cage expanding as you breathe in, and then just really softening as you breathe out. And then just gently bring those arms back up towards the ceiling. Palms facing to start with, and then we're going to turn them to face towards the knees and drop the elbows out so they come in line with those shoulders. And then just roll through the shoulders so the back of the hands come parallel to the mat. You want a nice right angle at each elbow and your elbow in line with your shoulder. And then just stay here and breathe and let the weight of your arms really open you up through the front of your chest. And then just gently draw those arms up in front of you so you come out of that stretch and then open up again. So just like closing a book and then opening a book. And then just sit in that open book position, breathing, just letting the weight of those arms open you up through the front of the shoulders there. And then just bring those arms together and open up one more time. And then we're going to just reach the hands towards the wall behind us and then draw them back to that position where the elbow is in line with the shoulder. So just reaching away towards the wall behind you and then coming back to elbows in line with shoulders. So you're getting a nice right angle at that elbow and then the elbows are straightening as you reach away. And again, we'll just breathe in as we reach away. Breathe out to come back. So really feeling the air flowing to the back of the body, that ribcage expanding in all directions as you breathe in and then gently softening as you breathe out. Just go for 2 more. And then pause, roll those hands to point towards the knees, reach up one last time and let those arms come back to the mat. Right. And then when you're ready, you're going to gently roll to one side and come off of that roller. I'm just going to finish a little bit of mermaid using the roller, a little bit of feedback as well. So sitting with knees in one direction, feet in the other. Just have a little roll through those shoulders and notice how they feel, notice how those shoulder blades feel. And you're aiming to have equal weight down into both seat bones. If sitting with knees in one direction and feet in the other is not comfortable for you, then come to cross-legged, or if that's still not comfy, then feet out straight in front of you. Now we are not going to put a lot of weight into this roller, it's just a little bit of feedback, okay? So back of the hand on the roller, letting those shoulders sink down, we're going to breathe in and float this arm up. So really make sure this shoulder stays sinking down, it doesn't reach up, we're sinking down through there. And then keeping the weight into that seat bone, we're going to breathe out and just side bend towards the roller a little. Hold there and then breathing out to come back up. Float the other arm up and side bend the other way. Again, keeping that shoulder sinking down. So we're breathing in to come up and breathing out to find that little side bend. Really lengthening up through the body in the middle, finding that little side bend across. Good. Okay, next time we come over towards the roller, don't come too far, we're going to pause. Bring that top arm around to find the roller, so you're twisting towards the roller and you've got your back flexed, so you've got those ribs drawing in towards you still. Okay, from here we're going to breathe in, roll the roll towards us, open that chest up towards the ceiling. Breathe out, tuck the ribs in, roll the roller away just a little. Keep that rotation towards the roller all of the time. Same again. Breathing in to open up, breathing out, draw those ribs in towards you and round towards the roller. 2 more. And then pause, bring that bottom arm across, top arm overhead and come back to centre and one last side bend. the other way, and come back to the middle. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So you can feel there's lots of movement through the rib cage, through the upper back. So our shoulder blades sit on the back of our rib cage. We need the rib cage to be moving really well, that breath to be flowing in and out, rib cage expanding and softening to give a nice supple base for those shoulder blades to then move on and around and with. Okay, so let's just do this little exercise the other way. Again, trying to find the weight down into this seat bone. Back of the hand on the roller, not putting a lot of weight into the roller, reaching up through that arm, shoulder sinks down, little side bend, trying to keep the weight into the seat bone. Breathing in to come up and breathing out for a little side bend the other way. Breathing in to come through the middle, breathing out with a little side bend, keeping that seat bone sinking down, keeping those shoulder blades gently drawing away from the ears. Okay, really lengthening up through the middle, and then on this next one we're going to pause, so don't roll that roller too far. Pause, bring the top arm around to find the roller, really twist towards the roller, take that bottom hand across. So you'll rotate it towards the roller and you'll flex through your back. And then breathe in, take the chest up towards the ceiling, keep the rotation towards the roller, and then breathe out, draw the ribs in, flex towards the roller as it moves away. Same again, keeping those shoulders drawing down, breathing in to open up, breathing out to roll away. Keeping that rotation towards the roller, just taking the body, the upper back into flexion and then extension, keeping those collarbones nice and wide all of the time. Shoulder blades drawing towards the back pockets. We'll go 2 more. Last one. Pause in that flex position, bring the bottom hand across, top arm back overhead, and then come back to middle, and one last side bend the other way. Well done. Come back to centre. Good. Okay, we'll just make our way up to stand. So we're going to come over onto hands and knees, tuck the toes under, roll back over the feet. See if you can keep the hands on the mat, take the hips up towards the ceiling. Just pause here, let the crown of your head hang towards the mat. Draw the shoulders away from the ears gently. Just breathe there and breathe into the back of the rib cage. Let those shoulders really sink forwards. And just let those hands just draw some little circles there. Just relaxing, moving through those shoulders one way and then the other way. All the time breathing deep breaths into the back of the body. If you can straighten those legs, that's great. If not, it doesn't matter. And then let those arms be still, and when you're ready, bend the knees a little bit more, drop the tailbone and gently unroll. Back up to stand. You can just see me in shot. And we'll just finish. Nice deep breath in and reach up. Couple more. Last one. Well done. So I hope you enjoyed that. Any questions, queries, let me know. Just a nice little one to get some mobility through those shoulders and through the thoracic area. Hopefully open you up a little bit through the front as well. Okay. Take care. Stay safe. Bye.